Hey everybody, welcome to Broadway.com's Live at 5. It is Friday, September 7th. This is the first time we've done this on a Friday in a while.
Yes, indeed.
So bear with us, and I am Ryan Lee Gilbert.
And I'm Beth Stevens, and thanks for the warning.
Yes, ahead of time. And joining us here in the studio is content producer Caitlin Moynihan.
Hello.
She's very giddy today.
She's super giddy.
Yeah, so prepare yourself.
We are not, though.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen today, but you know who's joining us in the fun? Danny Quadrino from the U.S. National Tour of Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. He's playing Mike TV. He's going to tell us all about it and so much more. But first, let's get through today's Top 5.
We got some A-listers joining Elsie Fest this year.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Yes, they added a couple of hunks, if I may say
Yes,
so myself.
there we go. Yeah.
Matthew Morrison, Broadway alum Matthew Morrison, and Casey Cott will join Elsie Fest.
Casey Cott.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, you know him from Riverdale.
Yeah, and also that amazing Wicked music video
That's right.
that he
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, he's got a great voice.
Obviously, we've talked about this before. This is Darren Chris's one-day outdoor music festival taking place October 7th in Central Park at their stage out there, summer stage. We already announced this, but I just want to say the names again.
Please, reiterate.
Because if you're going to go, you're going to be excited because Sutton Foster, Alex Newell, Joshua Henry, and more will be there to sing for you and only you.
Thanks, Darren.
And 2 Black Panther stars are coming together for a theater project.
This is very exciting. I don't take many trips to London. I mean, I've actually never been, but this I might go for. Letitia Wright, Emmy nominee Letitia Wright, who was nominated for her episode in Black Mirror's most recent season, Black Museum. But you might also know her from Black Panther, of course. She has been cast in the upcoming Young Vic production of The Convert, written by her fellow Black Panther star and Tony-nominated playwright Denai Guerrera. She also is in The Walking Dead, of course. Her play Eclipsed, played Broadway a couple of seasons ago, was incredible. I loved that production.
With Lupita Nyong'o.
Absolutely, who is also going to be starring, who was in Eclipsed, but that's how she knows Denai. That's how they know Letitia.
They're all
friends.
All
Look at that. Amazing. Directed by Ola Ince. She will be directing. It will begin previews in London on December 7th, 2018, and will open on December 14th at the Young Vic. Very exciting.
You're gonna have a trip to London.
I think I'm finally going to go. It took Letitia Wright, but I'm finally going to go.
And we have a new vlogger. Whoop, whoop.
You guys, I am so
This is very
excited.
exciting.
First
This
of
will
all,
be fun.
anytime we announce a new vlog, it's just a little party here at Broadway.com.
Well, it's a new member of the Broadway.com family.
That's right, and it's getting bigger and bigger because we have Samantha Barks, the
Yes.
star of Pretty Woman, who will start her vlog next week. It's called Lady in Red. Of course, she wears that gorgeous red dress.
Gorgeous.
Iconic.
Yep.
And that will be every week for 8 weeks, every Thursday, so check it out.
Thursday. Amazing.
And a Tony nominee just released a new album full of our favorite Broadway songs.
Yes, hopefully you were lucky enough to catch Renee Fleming in Carousel. She's currently not in the production. I got to see her as well. Yes, I was lucky enough to. She was amazing in it. She just released, as of today, a new album called Broadway. And guess what? It's all Broadway songs. There are
You gave it a few. You gave some jazz hands.
I gave it some jazz hands. Yes, there are 17 tracks. Songs from Cole Porter, songs from Rodgers and Hammerstein, songs from Sondheim, Andrew Lloyd Webber, and
songs from Pasek and Paul.
Pasek and Paul. She sings So Big, So Small on there. Also Fable from The Light in the Piazza. A Wonderful Guy from South Pacific, and the title number from Sound of Music. You can get it today. You can stream it today. We were listening to it before we came over here, or at least I was. And make sure you go see Carousel before it closes on September 16th.
And we have some tour rehearsal footage live on our site right now.
I feel a little nervous saying this in
Yeah,
front of our
one
guests
of
today,
them.
but we do have some footage, don't we?
We do.
We have some from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Miss Saigon, so check that out
Absolutely.
on Broadway.com. A little taste, a little sneak peek.
They do 3 numbers from each show, gives you a nice little view of what you should be expecting on those tours, which launch very soon. Later
Book
this
those
month.
tickets.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a town near you.
In a town.
In a theater near you.
In
your
local
town.
theater. Yes.
Yeah, one of those.
Beth, thank you so much. Thanks for doing this Friday with
Thank
me.
you.
Thanks for
Hopefully you
here.
can get Caitlin to calm down.
Yeah,
Alright.
no, she'll chill out.
Having
she'll
fun.
chill out. Beth, thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
you.
Caitlin, why don't you tell us about today's guest?
Sure thing, guys. We have Danny Quadrino in the studio with us today. We are so excited. He's about to set off across the country as Mike TV in the first national tour of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You've probably seen him on Broadway in Newsies, Wicked, or Bye Bye Birdie. He has been in a ton of fan favorite things. His screen credits include Peter Pan Live, yes, he was a Lost Boy, and Truth/Fiction. Be sure to follow him on social media at Danny Quadrino and leave all your questions for him in the comments down below. Please welcome Ryan and Danny.
Danny, hello.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Of course, we're so excited to have you. It's been a bright spot in our week having you here. We're very excited. What is it like to have all of your credits in your life listed there?
It's always so weird to hear it. I was like, oh yeah, that happened.
Yep, I did do that.
I did that. No. It's really crazy to think, especially Newsies. That was such a dream show. And then,
I know a lot of us here, and I've been here for a few years. Newsies was a big sort of breakthrough show for us.
Yeah.
There's no one that has seen Newsies that didn't love it. One of the.
I like to believe that.
Of course. I mean, let's start right there. What was that experience like? Because it really was just sort of a musical that people, it came and no one kind of knew how big it was going to be, and then it just blew up. I mean, everyone talks about Newsies.
I mean, my story with Newsies is kind of interesting. I auditioned for it about 23 times before I got it, which was kind of insane.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
The last time I had gone in, there was 4 of us left in the room, and then they called me back in after, and they're like, "We have one more question for you," and I was like, "Do you want me to stand on my head? I'll do it." I'm like, at this point, I'll do it. And Jeff Calhoun, the director, was like, "How would you like to be a newsie?" And I was like, "Are you joking?" Hysterically crying, jumped right on the train home to Long Island to tell my family. And it was a dream come true. And
of course.
From thinking that I'd never get to do the show and then getting to do it not only on Broadway and then 2 places regionally last year, it was really an amazing, amazing show.
Yeah.
And it's a true family.
Right.
Anyone who's ever done Newsies, it's you're part of the family.
Yeah. No, but I believe it. I believe it. And now you're part of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
You, I think you begin performances in Buffalo, New York on September 21st.
We leave
Do I have that right?
Yes.
That's right. So you begin, and then you're headed all over across the country. Yeah. What is it like to be a part of this super exciting show?
It's really, really interesting because it's another show that has a central character that is a child. And I'm playing a child, but I'm an adult, believe it or not.
Right.
And it's really, really fun to see Jack OBrien work with these amazingly talented kids and this amazing cast. It is a dream come true, again, to be able to be a part of a show that is a true feel-good.
Right.
And I think everyone in the world could use a little bit more smiling and chocolate in their life. So I'm excited to get on the road and put this thing up. We have Tech starting on Monday, which I'm such a theater nerd. I love tech. I love tech. I'm in tech. I love it.
Right. Yeah. No, but also you just had your media day recently.
Yeah.
Speaking of that rehearsal footage, and everyone that I spoke to that day kind of mentioned the same sentiment, that we're at a point right now where it really seems like the world, or at least right here at home, we need some smiles. We need some happiness. We need to escape for a little bit. Is that the feeling with which you're all heading out there to put forward?
It's really awesome to be in a room full of people that truly care about the piece. And, it was here on Broadway and it closed on Broadway, and they're still so passionate about it to make it even better and tweak it and make things work that maybe didn't necessarily come across here. And it's everyone is on board to make it the best show possible, which I think is really, really exciting. And I can't help but smile in the room the whole time. I don't enter until 35 minutes into Act 1, so I get to watch half of it in the I've been watching on the sidelines for a lot of it.
Right.
And it's really, really awesome to see everyone's work come together. We did our first run through yesterday, and I couldn't help but just smile the whole time. And
of course.
When I'm on stage, it's hard because I'm supposed to be mad and over it the whole time, but I'm fighting back, smiling right now.
Right,
I'm just
stretching
so excited
those
to be here.
muscles.
Yeah, exactly. I have a BFA. I can do this.
No, but I think all of us in the room that were observing that could feel that. And I know on red carpets and at openings, I love talking to Jack OBrien. What is it like working under the tutelage of Jack OBrien? I mean, that as a someone that wanted to be an actor, that feels like a dream come true, if I'm not mistaken.
I constantly remind myself and pinch myself about how lucky I am to be working with him, because just even before we even start a run through, he'll just have the most inspirational kind of speech, and it just makes everyone. I go home and I say, I want to work harder. I want to do this. So I want to do it to the best of my ability, because he brings that out of people, and he just creates such like a warm environment. Him, Josh, who choreographs, and Matt, his associate, and Mark and Scott.
I was gonna say,
it's just like they're in the room sometimes. I'm like, y'all wrote Hairspray. I love that show. I do. It's really, really amazing. And
of course, Noah Weisberg being your center, your Willy Wonka.
He's like truly the epitome of a fearless leader, and he, the more he plays, the more we get to play. So it's literally a giant playground. It's so fun to be in a room, and a lot of things that must be believed to be seen. So like we're imagining everything, and making it all come to life. It's really exciting.
Yeah. What is the there's the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory book.
Yes.
And then there's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the movie, Gene Wilder.
Yes.
And then you have Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the movie with Johnny Depp. And now you have the musical. If the musical can't be your go-to, what your definitive and the Chocolate Factory is, which one is it for you? Is it the book? Is it the movie with Gene Wilder? Is it the Johnny Depp?
I grew up watching the Gene Wilder version.
Certainly.
And I love the Johnny Depp version as well.
Yeah.
I mean, and I love the book, but I think I'd have to pick, I know this might not be the most popular opinion, but I love the Johnny Depp version.
All right.
Just like the colorful, like the way the
the
set and everything looks. And I think the musical version is a perfectly mashed up version of every kind of incarnation of it. It has the modern-esque moments that the Johnny Depp version has, but it stays true to the book.
And bringing in the darker elements.
Yes,
exactly. Like, that's what I appreciated about Tim Burton's. Like it embraced
and I
the dark.
Anything Tim Burton, so
I'm a sucker for some Tim Burton. Then, and as I was talking to Jack OBrien, he was saying like Noah Weisberg has this like Gene Wilder
100%.
Quality to him.
Yes.
So you're kind of pulling in those elements as well.
He channels. He's making it totally his own, because that's what you do.
Of course,
and he's just so amazing, and I love watching him work. It's really, really, I learn so much from being in a room with people, and I like constantly, every day, I'm like, I actually did learn something new today that I didn't know before. We just did a run like 2 hours ago, and Jack gave like a wonderful speech, and he's teaching the kids too, like, and they're
because you have young
this
Charlies,
show,
you have young
and
Charlies.
We have 3 of them, and we've done 2 runs, and both of them, we've had a different Charlie both days, and then tomorrow our third one, Henry, is going to do his run, and I'm so excited. It's really fun because it's a different show every night.
Yeah, right. Do you feel, is there an older brother sort of aspect? I mean, because you've been doing this for a little while. You started even younger. You're still very young, but you kind of grew up in it a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you need to, or are you enjoying the role of being there, helping these kids kind of get used to this?
It's cool because they're 3 little adults. It's so
they really are. When I was interviewing them, they were throwing out words that I've never heard of.
So articulate, and sometimes I'm like, "Are you sure you're 11?" I'm like, I feel like you are older than I am, and it's.
I feel like there's a Webster
I
thing
know,
going
like,
on
wait
here.
Wait a minute, where's your mom? I want to talk to your mom. No, it's really it's nice to have someone who's younger, and this is their first. I think 2 of the 3, this is their first big job, and it's nice to like get to know them, and like I feel like because I started young, but they're even younger than I was when I started, and they have such a good head on their shoulders already, and they're just so confident, and I take a page from their book with their confidence. I'm like, I second guess every little thing I do, and they're out there like doing the thing, and it's so great.
It's very cool. It's very cool. Let's talk about your Mike TV a little bit. I love this character. I always have loved this character. What's your take on him? I'm sure you're still kind of like fleshing some things out, but why are you excited to show people your Mike TV?
Well, first off, we actually are doing a new number in this show.
Yes.
That-
Heard it here first.
Yes,
Spoiler
here
alert.
we are. Work.
We're making news.
Yeah, we're making. Add that to your top 5. Top 6 now. It's really exciting because they did What Could Possibly Go Wrong in the Broadway production, and this one's called Little Man of Mine.
Oh,
and it shows the at-home life with Mrs. TV and Mike, and it
Okay.
really shows their relationship.
Right. Interesting.
Their mother-son relationship, which maybe isn't the healthiest.
Yeah.
But it's a peek in on the bratty children of today, and I was told by my parents that I may have been a little brat when I was little. I don't know if you can imagine
I don't
that.
see it, Danny. I don't see it. I don't know.
I'm like, that's so sweet. No, and so it's fun, exploring my childhood again. I was home last week, because I'm moving a lot of stuff in and out of my apartment.
Sure.
And
I mean, you're about to be away from your earthly belongings for a
I've never
year.
left New York for longer than 4 months. I grew up here, so that's another thing I'm excited for. But with Mike, it's like I went home and I was looking at photo albums and home videos and listening to my grandparents tell me stories of when I had tantrums because I didn't get what I wanted, and I specifically asked them this, and I'm trying to tap back into that. So there's a little bit more of me in there than I initially expected there would be.
Are you a fan of when you're kind of trying to get inside the head of a character, or do you create playlists? Do you keep journals of any of that sort?
Yes, I definitely I journal a lot, and I like looking at art and cartoon art a lot of times. And Mike is so into video games.
Yeah,
so I've been exploring my inner tech geek video game person kind of persona, because I played Dance Dance Revolution when I was younger, and Guitar Hero, and I'm this kid plays different video games. So I'm exploring that too, and I have I've been going back to a lot of 90s cartoon characters, like bullies from Recess, and
Doug
Doug and Hey Arnold,
yes.
and the Rugrats even. It's really fun.
I want to see some Angelica Pickles.
Oh,
in
she's
your Mike
definitely
TV.
in there somewhere. There's definitely an Angelica Pickles line.
I love that.
Right.
The relationship that Angelica and her parents are very close to Mrs. TV and
that
I.
sounds right. That sounds right. I know we have some Newsies fans and all that watching. So what would our viewers like to know from Danny?
Yeah, okay. So, Alec, this kind of goes off a question that you had.
Great.
Alec asks, what is it like working with 3 Charlies, because they are actually played by little kids, whereas the other kids are played by more adult people like yourself.
Yeah. It's really interesting because the fact that Charlie's the only kid, actual child, it makes the entire show that much more special.
I agree.
That it's about him. We're all these kids, and for me, the reason why he is an actual child, and this is the way I justify it in my mind, is that he's innocent. And he is the face of innocence and uncorrupted, where Veruca, Violet, and Mike and Augustus have never been told no in their entire life. Where Charlie has had a tougher time growing up, and you see that a lot in Act One, which is
so it
really telling.
grounds the innocence that
100%.
having a young actor actually portray reminds you that this is, and it also I think encourages the audience to use their imaginations more, because you've got a kid up there doing that.
Yeah, and it's fun to match the childlike energy.
Yes.
We're
absolutely.
but also not over. There's a very fine line. So it's tricky, but it's also really, really interesting because he's playing this innocent character, and we're almost like the bullies, and he changes a little bit, but all the other kids in the show don't change at all, and he has a nice through line, and seeing his victory is amazing.
Totally.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, I like this question too. Elise asks, which other Roald Dahl book would you like to see turned into a musical?
So what do we have?
We got James and Giant Peach.
There's a bench passing Justin Paul.
I
James
would love
and the
to see
Giant
more
Peach
of that
out there. Me too.
Sure.
And we have Matilda. Obviously.
Matilda happened.
Matilda
Yeah.
happened.
And we have Charlie.
And Charlie. I loved the movie of James and the Giant Peach.
Me?
It terrified.
It was so
Too.
scary.
It's so good, that movie, though. Very
But
underrated.
I'd love to see more of that on stage,
Yeah.
and then maybe more of an adapted version for here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it going.
Yeah, no, that's producers. You heard it here. Wait, isn't there like a Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator, I think, book as
Oh,
well?
you're right.
There is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, maybe
Oh,
that's
I remember
next.
that.
Maybe that'll be
Yeah.
next. Who knows?
A sequel.
Roald
We'll
Dahl.
talk to Jack
So
about
much.
I love that. Oh, okay. So Declan asks, is there a city that you're most excited to visit?
Ooh, there's a few. I'm really excited for Buffalo because I'm going to see my childhood best friend. She happens to live 5
amazing.
minutes from where I'm staying, which
Amazing.
is amazing
Aw.
and very exciting because she hasn't lived at home in a while. But I'm really excited for the California cities. I've never been to
Yup.
California.
Wow.
I'm told that I will
Wow.
probably love it and never want
Yeah.
to come back to New York. But New York's always going to be my home. And I'm really excited for Toronto because I'm there for a really long time. And it's my
Right.
birthday while I'm in Toronto.
Oh,
So
amazing.
yeah.
This is your first tour, right?
yeah,
This
it's my first tour.
Were you nervous, scared, excited? What was the sort of ratio of emotions?
All
that-
the above.
All of the, yeah.
You know, I was
It's a
excited.
big commitment. It's
It
a big
is.
deal.
It is because I've never played a role full time. I've always understudied in
Mhm.
everything else that I've done. So this is like a really big step and like accomplishment for me because it's something that I've wanted to do for so
Absolutely.
long. So it's really, really not gratifying. I don't know what the word is, but like the fact that I'm like trusted to do this is really exciting, and like the fact that I get to go bring this show and this time
Mm-hmm.
across America is really exciting.
Yeah.
And the whole company is so great. And everyone's on the same page that we all just want to make people smile
Yeah.
and feel good for a little bit. So I'm mostly excited. I'm over the nerves. I'm ready to get going.
Yeah.
Me
And
and
it's
my
gonna
dog
be
are going on the road.
Oh, you are taking
Yeah,
your
I
dog.
am.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
Yeah, it's like
It'll
a
be a
piece of
piece of
home.
home.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Aw.
And you'll all become such a family. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what
already.
happens when because you
Everyone's
spend, at the end of the day here on Broadway, everyone goes home. That's it. On the road, you're with each other a lot of time.
All day, every day.
That's right.
Love it. Let's do one more question.
Mhm.
Okay. So, did you see the show? This is two-parter. Did you see the show on Broadway? And was there a scene or number you're most nervous or excited about to do in rehearsal?
Okay. Yes, I did see the show on Broadway. Loved it. It was so fun. And the scene that I'm most excited / nervous and scared for is the invisible corridor scene.
Yes.
yeah.
I was going to
That's-
ask.
yeah.
There's a lot of
You'll
acting
see.
shots.
You'll see. You'll see. I'm really, yeah.
Right.
I'm mostly excited, but a little nervous for it too.
Mhm.
But it's good to be nervous. We're not
is.
ready yet, and we have somewhere to be, and we have 10 days of tech to make it perfect.
Right.
We're ready.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we're very excited. We're really excited for you guys. We're going to do some fun things with you on the road. Danny, thank you so much for joining
you
us.
for
It's
having
so
me.
wonderful having you. Your energy is fantastic.
Yes.
Make sure you go see the U.S. National Tour of Roald Dahl's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, kicking off on September 21st in Buffalo, New York, going all over the country, including Canada. So it's going up there, Toronto, for a little bit. Make sure you go see it. Thank you again so much.
Thank you.
Caitlin, why don't you take us out?
Sure thing. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We are live at 5 every single day on Facebook. You can listen to all of our interviews in a podcast form by searching for #live@5 and hitting that subscribe button. Be sure to tune in next time we talk to Haley Kilgore of Once on this Island.